dann mache keine Recording, wenn es auf Russisch wird.
Nee, das sind auch russische Devotis, die das auch gerne auf YouTube gucken. Das ist gut, ist kein Problem.
Ich kann Russisch nicht reden, verstehst du?
Aber,
Ich kann Russisch reden, aber das ist schon englische Sache.
Wenn Sie nicht wollen, dass ich es aufnehme, dann schalte ich es auf.
Ja, mache ich.
Also ausschalten?
Ich versuche. Was? Ja, mach das. Я попробую сделать самое лучшее, что я могу. Из того, что есть. Я больше ничего не могу сказать. Так, все. Немножко ближе, сюда ближе. Еще прям глубоко. Ну, отлично. Внимание, kommt nicht. Vielleicht kommt der Umgebung. Schule. And I can translate from English into Russian. Yeah, it's just a bit complicated. But okay, we'll see. Sure, probably I can. Hare Krishna. Ye devotees, Hare Krishna. Viva devotees, Hare Krishna, дорогие преданные. We're reading from the Transcendental Diary of Srila Prabhupada. The devotees, they have the book. Yes? У вас есть все это, да? Текст есть?
Ну да.
Сейчас посмотрим, where it is. Where is the beginning? So, Transcendental Diary. Travels with His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Written by Haridas. And the time is here, this famous, the time is from August 1976 till October 1976. У вас есть текст на русском?
Я более-менее понимаю.
Вы же можете найти в Хэнде. Сядьте рядом с Димой. Окей. Дима.
Я пока нормально.
Хорошо, я буду вслух читать.
Дима. Да, вы можете читать вслух, но такое, чтобы она подошла не очень громко. Значит, мы читаем то, что я нашла. Август 29 1976 года. Нашли?
Это сентября или август?
Гирирач Прабhu начинается со слова Гирирач Прабhu приехал утром.
Нет.
Ну, ищите, это Нью-Дели. Август 29. До этого было август 27. До этого. А сейчас август 29.
На русском мы остановились 13 сентября.
Это уже сентябрь, а у них еще август.
Да, здесь август. А подождите, люди, стойте, я неправильно сказала. Я ошиблась. Тут еще одна наработка была. Окей. Сентябрь 14, 1976.
Вот теперь уже ближе есть.
Нашли?
Секундочку. Есть 14 сентября 1976 года, прям начинается.
Да. Из-за физической слабости Шрила Прабхупады.
Да.
So I'm reading. So we're reading from the Transcendental Diary. Srila Prabhupada is when Sri Vrindavan at Hama. And this we have come already to September the 14th, 1976. Due to his physical weakness, Prabhupada is not taking his morning walks at present. He did, however, record another bhajana with Hansaduta Maharaja in his bedroom this morning. Итак, Шрила Прабхупада из-за своей слабости физической не может теперь делать утренние прогулки, но он, тем не менее, записал еще один баджан вместе с Хансадута Махараджем в своей комнате. So now we're going on to this text. The Pramukhya, for Nimai Prabhu. So we are in September 14th, 1976. Prabhupada is in Vrindavan at Hama. The Pramukhya Prabhu was among the small group of devotees gathered outside Prabhupada's door to greet him on the way to the temple. When he had come to see Srila Prabhupada almost a week ago, he had said he was leaving to preach in Turkey the next day. Srila Prabhupada noticed him this morning. He didn't say a word to him, but a piercing, implacable stare questioned what Vikramukhya was still doing here. Evidently, that was enough of a hint for Vikramukhya, for, along with Kundalidasa and Sarva Sagaradasa, a Turkish-speaking Cypriot who arrived a few days ago, he left this afternoon. I take a bit more. Prabhupada covered two verses, next passage. Prabhupada covered two verses for class. The first verse described how Arjuna pacified Draupadi by promising to capture and kill Ashwatthama. Prabhupada said that although the son of a Brahmana, Ashwatthama, had actually behaved like a bacha, he was an aggressor and according to Vedic law should be killed immediately. Therefore, it was not incorrect for Arjuna to decide to kill him. So here we can stop because the next passage is already has to do with the Vedic educational system about Varna, Brahmana, and Kshatriyas and Shudras, yes, so Varnashram Dharma. So here in this passage we see the first part, independent part, was about this because of his weakness, because of his health, Prabhupada couldn't go for a walking every morning now, but he nevertheless recorded the new bhajan with Hansadutta Maharaj. The next passage is not connected to this, but it is about Vikramukhya Prabhu, who was preaching in Turkey and that he was living. Prabhupada didn't speak to him, but he still question meant that he looked at him, so non-stop directly in his eyes, and it was enough for Vikramukhya Prabhu. And he left for Turkey to preach. Next passage is not connected with these two ones directly. So this is about Prabhupada, what he was speaking in his lecture in this class, and he described Arjuna, who pacified Draupadi, and Arjuna promised Draupadi to kill Ashwatthama. Yes, because Ashwatthama has done very many bad things for Draupadi and her sons. And Prabhupada said, Ashwatthama was the son of Brahmana, but nevertheless, he didn't behave like a Brahmana, but he behaved like a bacha. You know who's bacha? Bacha is working in the shop where they sell meat, and their hands are very much in blood, and it stinks in the shops very strongly, so it is difficult for us to see it, to visit these shops. Yes, and that means that, nevertheless, that Ashwatthama was born in a Brahmanical family. He was not a Brahmana, because Brahmana is defined not by his spouse, but by his identification card. Brahmana is defined by his qualities. And we will be speaking about it today. And that is just like a confirmation of Srila Prabhupada. He was an aggressor. According to Vedic law, Srila Prabhupada, so it is written here. And according, just we have, these 4 rules, I forgot the rules, where according to these rules we can kill immediately, that is to aggressors or the persons who take the property not belong to them. You remember the other way? So who steal the wife of the other person and
One who poisons
fine.
you, or takes your belongings.
And takes belong and set on the fire something.
Yes, it's a house on fire.
House on the fire, yes. Yes. So one of these points is to that it is possible to kill this person persons immediately. And Ashwatthama belonged to this characteristic of being the aggressor. That's why it was allowed to kill him immediately and to by this way to satisfy Draupadi. And Arjuna promised her to do it. So that's what we have here. And now we are going to Srimad Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, so Canto 7, Chapter 2 and Text 2, 7 to 2. This canto is called Hiranyakashipu, King of the Demons. The text. So one by line, and then you read one by line, and then you read yourselves. Aha chedam rusa purnaha. Aha chedam rusa purnaha. Sandashta dashanachhadaham. Kopojvalathyam chakshurpyam. Kopojvalathyam chakshurpyam. Nirikshandum ram ambaram. Nirikshandum ram ambaram. Aha chedam rusha purnaha. Shapurana Sandashtadashanachadaham Sandashtadashanachadaham Kopojvalapyam chakshurpyam Kopojvalapyam chakshurpyam Nirikshan tumram ambaram Nirikshan tumram ambaram Aha chedam rusha purnaha. Sandashta dashanachadaha. Kopojvalapyam chakshurpyam. Kopojvalapyam chakshurpyam. Nirikshandum ramambaram. Nirikshandum ramambaram. So please, if you could.
Ahacheramrusha Purnam
Ahacharashapurnam
Sandastadashanachadaha
Sandashadashanachadaham
Upojvaladhyam Chakshubhyam
Upojvaladhyam Chakshubhyam
Nirikshanduram Ambaram
Nirikshanduram Ambaram
Ashiram Ushapuna
Ahacharashapurnam
Sandashtadasana Chantaha
Sandashadashanachadaham
Kopajvalabhyam Chakshobhyam
Upojvaladhyam Chakshubhyam
Niriksandum Ram Ambaram
Nirikshanduram Ambaram. Mataji.
Ahachidamrupapurnam
Ahacharashapurnam
Sandashtanam Chadaham
Sandashadashanachadaham
Kapujvaladhyam Sakshubhyam
Upojvaladhyam Chakshubhyam
Nirikshanduram Ambaram
Nirikshanduram Ambaram. Thank you very much, спасибо. So now we're reading the wordly translation. Aha, said, cha, and idam, this, rusha, with anger, purna, full, sandashta, beaten, dashana, chadaha, whose lips, kopa, ujvaladbhyam, blazing with anger, chakshubhyam, with eyes, nirikshan, looking over, dumram, smoking, ambaram, the sky. Translation made by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As usual, the demon is envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and inimical toward him. These were Hiranyakashipu's external bodily features, as he considered how to kill Lord Vishnu and devastate his kingdom Vaikuntha Loka.
Translation.
Hmm?
Did you read translation?
I read translation, yes.
No, you read the poem.
No, translation I have read. Filled with rage and beating his lips at small. They can read again. Hiranyakashipu gazed at the sky with eyes that blazed in anger, making the whole sky smoky. Thus he began to speak. Omagyavatimiram tasya vinajana shalokayam chakshuram militam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Vanchakalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prishta Buddha Krishna Mata Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Vishesha Shuni Vani Pachari Dashi Kavina Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prishta Buddha Bhakti Prashna Swami Prabhupada Sambhava Vasudha Krishna Krishna Mahankarati Vachalam Pangam Labhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dina Taranam. So now we can, that's a very small text, a very small text but very vivid. So we can see the picture of Hiranyakashipu's demonic behavior. So he's biting his lips and his red eyes are full of anger and so much anger he has that the sky is getting to be smoky. Smoky means we can't see. You know, when there is some yagi or sour, the eyes are, it's very, so they are, how to say, it's very unpleasant for the eyes. And through the smoke, we can't see. So the anger makes blind. When we have anger, we can't see exactly what is happening. Before I'm coming to this text, I'd like to come a bit back, and then we come back again to this text and to following text as well too. I wanted to come back to the end of the previous chapter, and take the text 47, that describes the Jaya Vijaya. These two associates of Lord Vishnu, Jaya and Vijaya, maintained the feeling of enmity for a very long time. Because of always singing of Krishna this way, they regained the shelter of the Lord, having returned home back to Godhead. So it's a very important text in the connection with the previous text and the future text coming. Because it's about the feeling of enmity. So Jay and Vijay, they felt like enemies of Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna because that is the same. But nevertheless, they got the shelter in Vishnu's body. That is written here, having returned home to Godhead. It's a complicated question, a bit, but they returned to Vaikuntha. What Srila Prabhupada is writing immediately after the text. He is giving it in the explanation and the purport of the text. They have returned to Vaikuntha. That means they have got the Sayuja liberation. We know there are 5 types of liberation. Sayuja liberation and Svarupya liberation, Salukya liberation, Samhita liberation, Sharshi liberation. So Sayuja means to merge into Brahman because it is Brahmajyoti, the effulgence of Vishnu's body. And Sarupya means Rupa is form, Sarupya means to get the same form as Vishnu. And Salokya means to live in the same place, Loka, in the same world, in the same place with Vishnu. And Samipya means to be the same like Krishna, to get the same power, to get the same opulences that he has. And Sharsha means to be near Krishna. Is it correct?
I forgot.
That is, I think it's correct. So more or less it is correct. So all these 5 liberations, they show the motivation to be with Vishnu or Krishna, near him, to have his opulences, to be in his effulgence, to live in the same, how to say, planet, place with him, and to be near him and to have the same form with Krishna. What about devotees? They don't need any liberation. Because the liberation means to get rid of birth and death and to go to Vaikuntha Loka. But for the devotees, we are every second day we are reading Shri Shastakam, what we are reading there. Nathanam, Nachanam, Nasundarim, Kavitam Vajagat Ishakama Yemama Janmani Janman Ishvare Bhagat Bhaktir Ahai Tuki Tvai. The pure devotee doesn't want liberation because he wants always to be Ahai Tuki Tvai, the pure servant of Krishna. Hai means cause or some motive, some fruitive motivation. Ahai Tuki means causeless service. Yeah, to be the causeless servant of Krishna doesn't matter what motivation. That's why all these 5 kinds of liberation, they are motivated. And they are not for the pure devotee. Pure devotional service surpasses all kinds of liberation. Pure devotional service is beyond all kinds of liberation. It is higher than this feeling of being very strong and powerful, very opulent, or to swim in the effulgence of Vishnu, or to be so on the same planet. I am near Krishna. So that's why all these 5 kinds of liberation, more or less, they're not the same. They are more or less impersonal, especially in Tägliche liberation. For the impersonalists, what are the impersonalists? They are puffed up spiritualists. Guru Maharaj was showing here how I can't show as he showed something like this. So I'm this, I'm this, I'm so such a high person. I'm living near Krishna. But what are I doing for him? I am swinging the Brahmajyoti. But how we are serving to Lord Vishnu and his associates. Yes, so that's why pure devotional service has no liberation. Why? Because pure devotional service is anukulyana. Anukulyana Krishnanu Shilanam. I want to serve so much. I'm greedy. That is not Lauriyakri, that is I'm greedy to serve. I want to serve 24 hours for Krishna. Shilanam Bhakti Uttama. And that's Uttama. And that's why we can come to this body with which we can serve Krishna eternally. Without motivation to be near him only, or to be so rich as him, we don't need it at all. That's why Anukulyana is the definition of bhakti. It is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is in the Nectar of Devotion. Yes. And Anyabilashita Shunyam Gyana Anyabilashita Shunyam Gyana Karma Anuvritam. No Karma Yoga, no Jnana Yoga. We are a pure devotional service. Bhakti is free from karma and jnana. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his show of Nectar, he is writing about it. But pure devotional service, we can come to it only when we are free from all the designations. Designations means anarthas. A long way from Vajana Kriya to Anartha Nivriti. A long way from Anartha Nivriti to Nitya level. Very long way. Yes, and Sarvaupadya Nirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam Krishikisha Krishikina Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. So these designations, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about these designations so much and so often. These designations, they make our service kaput. They destroy our service. They break our devotional service. Oh, I'm not doing so good. Or I'm doing so bad. Or I'm American. Or I'm Syrian. Or I'm not Syrian. Certainly, there is etiquette. We should follow the etiquette and these rules and the regulations. Yes. But we shouldn't exaggerate. We should do this everything consciously. Krishna consciously. Krishna consciousness should be our guide in our service. Yes, then all the rules that are very needable, that are very correct, that are beautiful and brilliant, then all the rules can be the great help for us to perform the pure devotional service for Vishnu and Krishna. I have come back because it is connected with this text about lips. We're speaking a bit later. So nothing material, no motives. Dharma prochita kai tavo at re. That is Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1-2. That means no motives. Dharma prochita. Prochita means kaivato means motive. Prochita means to get rid of these motives, to not to serve, thinking about the results. Every result is sportive activity. Karma kandis. It looks or it sounds primitive, but in the basically it is this karma kandis. Karma kandiya. So that means pure devotion, service, anukulyana, Krishna no. In Bhagavad Gita we have two texts, that is 9:34 and 18:65. Matmana bhava matbhakto mam yachimam namaskarovam evashyasya satyam te pratichana priyo te me. That means we have the principles of devotional service. These are the principles of devotional service, and they are repeated at the beginning, relatively beginning of Bhagavad Gita, and at the end of the Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because I don't want to be exact, absolutely exact. So always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer me your homage and your obeisances. And then Krishna says, you will come to me without fail. Achyuta. Achyuta means infallible. We can't fail if we are thinking of Krishna all the time and giving him our obeisances and everything we have done, arpana, everything we offer to Krishna. So, and Krishna promises it. I promise you this because you are my dear friend. The laws of friendship are not to betray the friend, to help him, to be always with him, and to everything that the friend can be satisfied. And this you will come without any fail to me. Doesn't mean you will come to, doesn't mean sa lokya or sa rupya or sa samipya. So to live near him, to be so the samely opulent as Krishna. It doesn't mean this. It means that Krishna can be bought by this pure devotional service. He wants to be ordered by a pure devotee to serve him. That is his pleasure. The mostly great pleasure for him is to serve his pure devotee. And Krishna gives liberation very easily. Please, yes, if you want so much, okay, not so easy, but more or less easy. But bhakti, no. Bhakti, he doesn't give easily. Pure devotional service, he doesn't give easily. We are distributing books. Sometimes I think when distributing, wow, this person was so difficult, but he took the book, so how many gallons of blood he costs? Or he cost to me? Many gallons of blood, only one person to give him a book. And that is pure devotional service. And in the process of this pure devotional service, when we are after bhajana kriya, because I am distributing books according to the instructions of my Guru, we are coming to anartha nivriti process, anartha nivriti stage, and then we can really purify our consciousness. Consciously serving Guru and Srila Prabhupada. One more thing. It was also in this text. Was in text 47. It is about that we are always, I wanted to say, always the same person. That our identity is always the same, our spiritual identity. And that is our aim, to leave everything and to come to our spiritual identity. Not Sarupya, not Salokya, not Sayuja, but Jivara Swarupakaya, Krishna Nitya Das. That is our spiritual identity, and certainly it is our eternal identity. To be Jivara Swarupakaya, to be in our form. Swarupakaya for us, for Jivas, is to be the eternal servant of Krishna without any motivation to be liberated. But only Matmana Bhava Bhaktavam Yajamana Ustanavashasya Satyam Tepe Pratijana Priyotime. Then we are dear to Krishna. Sometimes we are dear and dear to Krishna, very, very dear to Krishna. When we are very, very dear to Krishna, we can order Krishna, because Krishna knows when we are pure devotees, what can we order? It's very, very clever. We can order only, we can ask only to give more and more and more service. Very slow person he is, this Krishna, very, very, very sly. He is tricky, very tricky person. So you can order, but what we order? Please give me more service. Please give me more service. Ganigan Kunti was asking, please give me more challenges that I know you are near me. Not she once wanted to be near him. He wanted Krishna to be near her. Yes, to know that Krishna is always with her, because she was thinking about Krishna all the time. that is all is possible for the devotees who have got no demoniac qualities as Hiranyakashipu. In the chapter 16, we have the descriptions of the divine qualities and the demoniac qualities. With such qualities as demoniac qualities, it is absolutely not possible to do devotional service. I read only some, I don't know them by heart. So, that is not a very long chapter. It's good. It is not so much about demonic qualities, and we have hope to get rid of them, because every of us have something demonic in him. One second. So what are these qualities? Demonic qualities. Very same as the reaction of Hiranyakashipu. Arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, cheaters, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature. That is just like our lakmus paper. We check. When I was reading Bhagavad Gita relatively at the beginning, then I found myself here. Mamma mia, so much demonic I am. So much demoniac I am, and I'm thinking I'm serving, I'm doing devotional service to Krishna. Kanishka, the first level of Kanishka, Adhikari. Not Kanishka, even Kanishka Adhikari. What to say about the other Madhyam Adhikari, Tam Adhikari levels? No. When we know who we are, what qualities we have, then we can pray. If you pray, that means that is our pure motivation to get rid of these qualities. And then Krishna helps us to get rid of these qualities. Okay, one more, very important, about demonic qualities. Those who are demoniac, they don't know what is to be done and what is not to be done. They are doubting. Neither cleanliness, nor proper behavior, nor truth is found in them. What to say? It's everything absolutely clear. So, why don't we know what to do? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I serve? Should I go to the festival? Or should I go to the stupid books, or shall I sleep? Or what? Yes, all these things. That is, these doubts, they are very, very bad. These are demonic qualities. Yes, when we don't know exactly what is not to be done and what is to be done. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what is favorable for us and what is not favorable for us. We should know, we should define, we should check it in our Paramatma. So now we are going to these leaps. That's what I wanted to say, because that shows Hiranyakashipu's behavior, his qualities. And that we always stay the same person. Satatam Kirtayantama, Yatam Tascha Drita Brataha. So after liberation, this chanting will be continued. We continue chanting after liberation, because Satatam means chanting was before already Satatam. It was before, and it is, and it will stay, chanting of the holy names. And when it is this way, then that is Nitya level. Nitya level, we are chanting constantly without any break. The lips. Why it is written about these lips? That Hiranyakashipu, he filled with rage and beating his lips. Can you imagine? Filled with rage, beating his lips so strongly, yes? He gazed at the sky with eyes that blazed in anger. Blazed in anger. It was fire of anger. It was fire of hate. It was fire of enmity. To whom? To Vishnu? To Krishna? Yes, because that is a story, his brother was killed, yes? And he was thinking that his brother was an ideal devotee. In his eyes, the demon thinks that the other demon is a pure devotee. And me too, I mean Hiranyakashipu, demon is a beautiful devotee, and his brother was also a proper devotee, a proper servant of Krishna. But he was killed. It was not fair for Hiranyakashipu, and that's why he wanted to take the revenge. And he is in this moment, he is so much, he's the king of the demons. And he's so much angry. He's beating his lips. I don't know if there was blood on his lips, maybe it is not written here, not to speak about it. Very, very angry, very, very angry. We know that in the 10th canto, there is a description of gopis as well too. Gopis sometimes are very angry. Very angry. Srimati Radharani, very angry. She can curse. She cursed Tulasi Devi. She can curse. She can hate. That is her qualities, secondary qualities, but nevertheless they are very, very strong. Yes. And gopis, they are angry when they were dancing to imagine you are dancing together with Krishna in this circle, yes, and then you are dancing, you are in ecstasy, in this pure ecstasy, dancing with Krishna, and then once, quite of a sudden, Krishna leaves. They look around, no Krishna. What is Krishna? How to dance? How to go on dancing? Yes, no Krishna at all. With whom to dance? With the air? No, with what? Yes, and they are so angry and they are biting their lips. Where is Krishna? Why he has left us? When he come back? We have left our families. We have come to dance, but he has left us. Oh, this Krishna, such a bad Krishna, black Krishna, very bad Krishna. Yes, but that is different feeling. That is not the demonic feeling. That is the feeling, the anger of love. And this anger of love makes Krishna feel very, very pleased. He likes it. Because the most important for Krishna is to be loved. To be loved purely. That's why for us also the most important thing to be loved. Because we all lack it. This pure love, to be loved by God and to learn how to love Him. Not to think I should pay back, but simply love Him. That's what I really wanted to say. I got a small text and I didn't know what to say, but then somehow I have come to it. And Srimad Bhagavatam, very important, and it should be introduced. We read it now, the seventh canto, about Hiranyakashipu, about Lord Nrsimhadev, and about certainly Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, and Prahlad Maharaj, where he was studying in school with demons. With demons. His father was a demon. He was from the demonic family. And he was studying, his schoolmates were demons. What did he do? What he was doing? He was preaching to them. He was preaching to the demons, to his schoolmates, and then Hiranyakashipu, his father, asked him, "Now please, my dear boy." He put him on his lap, yes. And he asked him, "Tell me about what you are learning at school." When Prahlad told him what he was learning at school, then he was very angry and he wanted to punish him. We all know about this. He was so, how to say, he chose for him these punishments, the mostly cruel punishments that could be, that can do only the demonic person for his son. And that's why Srimad Bhagavatam should be preached. These relationships, pure relationships between the devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam should be preached. Because every canto, every description here shows us the different lives of the devotees, the different stages of devotees, and how they then can really come to the pureness of consciousness, the pureness of the service to Krishna, and to love him. So we should preach. We should preach to the demons in the street. They are not only the simple, so to say, plain persons, the workers, the doctors, or I don't know, teachers. They are the ministers. They are the scientists. They are the very educated theologists. They are very educated persons. They are philosophers. They know Kant, they know Sartre, they know these things by heart. Demonically. They still stay demons nevertheless. And we should preach. We should go to the universities. Devotees who can preach at the universities should go to the universities and give their lives to preach Krishna consciousness. To schools and in the streets certainly. That's why we are now having this new event, and it is more or less successful and will be more and more successful. We are going every week for one book distribution. All the devotees in the temple, last time there were 9 devotees of us, some devotees from the community. Today it will be less about the community because the devotees are in Gauradesh for Vyasa Puja of Kadamba Kanda Maharaj. Kadamba Kanda Maharaj ki Jai. They are there, but nevertheless who stays here in the temple will go and preach on the street. We go for 2 hours, not for so long. One book is very much. One book is at home of the demon. Some demons are coming to visit this demon, his demon friends. He sees the book. Oh, it's interesting, I take to read. In other home, they have this book. Some demons are coming to visit them and they see Bhagavad Gita. Oh, what is it? They list it. They see Krishna's name and Maha Mantra. Very important. Please. I'm not such an important person to say, please go out and distribute books. Srila Prabhupada said it. If you love me, please distribute my books. To change the consciousness of humanity in large. Not to change only our consciousness, but to change the consciousness of humanity in large, massive and mass, everybody, in every corner, in every village. Maha mantra will be chanted, will be recited. That's what I wanted to say, and thank you very much, Nimai Prabhu, who has given me this opportunity to give the lecture. Yes, and one more thing to the end, I was speaking about this already, but nevertheless, we should be permanent. We should come to Nitya stage, because we have the same identification. Spiritual identification is not changed. That's why we are chanting perpetually. That is non-stop chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Please, maybe some comments. So, critique, I don't know, questions if you have, or you want to share something of your experience. You're welcome.
Yeah, I remember that about anger and
Maybe you take this microphone.
it's okay, it's long.
Okay.
It's not that long. Sorry.
Okay.
So when Narasimhadev appeared, he was also so angry. But I heard that this anger is actually manifestation of his love, because he loved his devotees so much, so that turned into anger for Hiranyakashipu. So this was very attractive because the Lord can get angry for his devotee, and Prahlad Maharaj was so special that for just one devotee, one whole incarnation came. Normally when one incarnation comes, he does so many things. Like Ram came, he killed Ravan, and he did so many other things. But Narasimhadev came for one devotee, only one devotee, and he protected him. So very special pastimes of Narasimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, and very important incarnation. And Srila Prabhupada gave devotees this Narasimha Pranam when they were in the US for their protection. So very attractive and very sweet pastimes of Narasimhadev.
Very sweet. These pastimes of Prabhupada are very sweet. Because they're very, how to say, contradictory. So the attitude to Hiranyakashipu and the attitude to Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Mataji, вы хотите что-нибудь сказать? I will translate. You can speak, I translate.
Спасибо большое за вашу интересную лекцию.
Thank you for your lecture.
На самом деле, не всегда Хираньякашипу это свайкунтхи, то есть это только один раз.
Hiranyakashipu is not always in the Vaikuntha, it's only once.
Да, потому что эта игра же она происходит из дня Брамы в день Брамы, не падает
So
каждый раз.
it's coming from every day of Brahma.
Да,
It is not that
они
they fall all
эта игра
the time.
один раз только была.
Only once.
Обычно это настоящие такие демоны, которые не там нет никакой преданности.
Usually the demons that don't have any devotion.
Да.
Yes. But there was a demons with devotion. Это были демоны с
Это
преданностью.
были особые демоны.
There were special demons.
А обычные, Шипу, Равана, Шипала, Дантавакра, обычные демоны. И они, интересно, что именно вот Кришна, он их отдает им освобождение.
So the usual demons like Hiranyaka, Ravana, it is interesting what Mataji says, that they got the liberation.
Да, когда он их убивает, они
When they are killed, they get the liberation.
Брахмаджоти, естественно.
Salute liberation. They go to Brahmacharya.
Ну, это очень колоритная сцена вообще, как обычно настоящие современные демоны, они прячут.
That is a very, how to say, vivid scene, because usually the real demons, they are hidden, they hide themselves.
А тут у него на лице все было прям ровно.
That's very nice note. And here we can see his demoniac so qualities on his face, not hidden. We can see it vividly. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, beautiful.
Спасибо за лекцию, спасибо большое.
Mataji says thank you.
Просто их...
По-русски.
Страхин русиш.
По-русски.
Да, напишу. Все равно лекция, ну, дочь чуть-чуть. Реально. Да.
Thank you, Mataji says that we have one guest, Mataji, who is not coming. Usually, but today she is here and she says thank you.
Что-нибудь еще скажете про прохладу Махараджа?
Ну, сегодня интересно было.
So it was interesting, she says. Okay.
Thank you.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Bhushana Maharaj ki jai, Kadamba Kanda Maharaj Vyasa Puja ki jai.